welcome to the Bearded Bro Show podcast. I am one of your hosts, Dustin, and we are forever joined by
Trav, as always. How's it going, guys? Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas, and I hope that, and this episode will probably, I shall drop in January.
Yeah.
So, Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Welcome.
We're recording in December. We're recording from 2020. Just saying, guys, we're from the past.
We are, but we're also in the future because we're telling you Happy New Year. Welcome to 2021. So yeah, season 2 of the podcast, because on the 27th of December was actually our 1-year anniversary that we have been doing this, which is crazy.
Yeah, the first upload at least. And, which I mean, I've always kind of looked at anniversaries as like the first upload. I know a lot of people look at it as when they created the channel, but I'm just like,
yeah, the first upload is the most crucial thing.
We created the channel and everything, the whole idea and everything, like not long before. So, I mean, December
in the same week
sounds good to me.
The channel was created the same week that the first episode was uploaded. So, December 27th is the day, which is wild.
Like I was saying on Twitter, like what a year to start a podcast, because like we started before COVID, and it's just weird how like we did all of what we've done in the year, just like with all that going on. I mean, like we made do. I mean, it disrupted it a few times, but not like, that wasn't there any time we ever took a week off. It was not because of COVID.
No, it was literally because of just conflicting schedules. And there was times where Trav and I were just like, I'm tired. Like, I don't, you know.
Yeah, just like, you know what, let's just like, because, you know, and I think that it goes a long way in the creative mindset, because if you're just kind of like, if you're burnt out on something, not really burnt out, but if you're just feeling a certain type of way, I just always believe like you should just wait, because it's like you don't want to over stimulate or whatever you want to call it, or just burn yourself out.
Yeah, which is very understandable.
Like, you know, like just if the energy's not there, then it's not there. Big thanks to Anthony real quick for being on the last episode. Because we just went into full like Star Wars announcement stuff, and it was great. I actually was listening back to it today, and
it was
like just
it was really good. To be honest with you,
that guy is.
I'm still like, you know, I'm still in shock. And funny story about Anthony. I want to mention this real quick. He messaged me Monday, right? Anthony, I just recently added each other on Xbox. And Monday at 2:14 p.m. while I'm at work, I get this message from Anthony on Facebook. It says, "What the fuck have you been playing this month to get so much gamer score?"
After you had literally just went on your journey to get gamer score.
Yeah, and I did that. I don't know if I mentioned that on the podcast. I actually did manage to hit my goal of 100,000. And if I sound really weird, I'm sorry. I've been up since 7:30 in the morning. I'm really tired, and I'm currently uploading a video for my channel as we're doing this. So yeah, I'm super sleepy, but I wanted to do this episode with Trav. So, but yeah, I managed to hit 100,000 gamer score, which is crazy. And Anthony's like, it was funny because like I was like, okay, like I don't care now. And then Anthony was like, dude, you literally had over 10,000 gamer score just in the month of December. He was like, but now I feel like I have a competition with you. And I was like, well, now that Anthony makes it a competition, now I just got to keep playing games. So
yeah, he's another one of those. He was telling me recently on Xbox that he's definitely an achievement hunter for sure.
Oh, 100%.
I'm just kind of like, whenever they pop up, I'm like, yay, you know, but I'm just like, I play the game to play the game and experience it in my own way. But I have gone out of my way to get everything before. The only game that I feel like I've ever maxed out on achievements was Assassin's Creed 2. A long time ago, because the last thing I needed to get was collect all the feathers.
Yep.
And so I went to every single city and everything, and like looked it all up and everything, and got every single one. And I think that last achievement was like 100G.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I actually I 1000'd Assassin's Creed 2 back in the day as well, back on the 360. But for those of you, if you're wondering, you know, like what I did to get 10,000 gamer score, Game Pass. I'm telling you now, Xbox Game Pass, and I have Game Pass Ultimate. I've had Game Pass Ultimate since they started doing it, and I didn't know that Game Pass Ultimate actually included PC Game Pass as well. So that also, because it's Game Pass on the PC, it obviously links to your Xbox account. And there's a lot of games on there that you can earn 1,000 gamer score on console and then turn around and do it on PC. I played a lot of games that only took like an hour to 2 hours to complete. So it was something that was just done in one sitting. And that's how I did it. I was able to stack. There's also a ton of like PC Game Pass games where the developers let you pull up like a console command like right through the game, and you hit a button and boop, every achievement unlocks. It's pretty crazy. So I guess you can say I didn't necessarily cheat. It was implemented into the game for that reason. Developer commands, like, you have access to it. It's there. I utilized it. So take it as for what you want. If you want to say I cheated, cool. I don't give a fuck. I got 100,000 gamer score and you don't. So suck my butt.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Butt was the last thing I expected.
You thought I was going to say
be in that
ass.
sentence, but well, you still said it. But sorry, Lucas. Put that explicit little button on there if you want.
We're never going to get monetized on this channel.
Yeah. If I'm not, then I will definitely not be. But, well, and because of all that, of the words and...
I don't swear in my Minecraft channel, so this is like the place that I can be me.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the whole point, which I like. What did... I know that I saw your video, but, last year, the first video, and it's so weird how that came so full circle, like...
Christmas.
Like, season 2 starting, but, like, the very first episode on the channel was the Christmas discussion. And I think I remember talking about what we got. I'm not sure, but...
We did.
Just to kind of go into it, like, what did you, besides... I mean, with the video and everything, maybe people haven't seen that, but what did you get for Christmas?
So,
or just, like, the whole experience of Christmas. It doesn't have to be about the gifts. But, what did you do, I guess?
Well, Tristan and I were up really late on Christmas Eve, playing Santa, I built a Barbie dream house, which I never want to do again. An air hockey table, which actually wasn't too bad. And then this giant Hot Wheel set with Trista, which was probably more miserable than the dream house. So bless her for doing that. But yeah, we did that. And then it was just like, we were up early with the kids. The night before Christmas Eve, we baked a bunch of stuff, and we make reindeer food, so our kids can actually go outside. We usually do carrots. This year, the kids made reindeer food at my mom's neighbor's house. Trista likes to get carrots, and we go outside and they feed the reindeer. They throw the carrots in the driveway, on the roof, whatever, kid shit. It's cool. And I really like it because like. And I was telling Trista this too, like the whole baking cookies and leaving the cookies and milk out for Santa. I didn't do that as a kid in my house growing up. So like the fact that I can do it now, like it excites me just as much as it excites the kids, because it's like that's something I never experienced growing up. Not that like my family probably wouldn't have done it. It's just not something that they ever like talked about, or ever really pushed. We just always kind of went to bed, woke up on Christmas morning and opened presents, and that was really the extent of it. So to be able to do that stuff, definitely, I would say just that whole experience with the kids is the best thing ever. It's always nice to get gifts and stuff like that. But for me this year, it was more so like what I gave as opposed to what I got. Like we were able to make the kids very, very happy. I got Trista a bunch of stuff. And we did Christmas a little differently this year. I don't know if I explained it in the podcast, if we mentioned it, but Trista watches TikTok a lot, and Trav does too. And you've probably seen those lists on there where it's like the couples, and they're like something, favorite color, and then they put like an item on the table, and it's like the person's favorite color. So like basically, Tristan and I kind of did that list. So like favorite color, something new to try, something comfy, something they want, something they need, favorite snack, favorite drink, stuff like that. And that's kind of how we shopped for each other this year, which I must say made everything so much fucking easier because Trista is a very simple person, but she's also very hard to buy for, if that makes sense. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But that's what we did. So she got me a disc golf basket, which was fucking, it's amazing. I was in the basement a couple times. It was in my living room. I moved it to the basement, not because she told me to, but because there's just more space. And I've been down there like 4 or 5 times today, and I just putt nonstop, and it's so fun. And she got me like a Discraft beanie, which I really like. She got me a Twitch hoodie, some Galaxy pants. I'm not going to make the sexual joke that we made whenever she gave me the Galaxy pants, because that's bad.
Well, I mean, it's like you already opened it up in the conversation. Like, you're like, I'm not going to mention what I'm kind of mentioning right now. Is basically what you
I'll
said.
say it. Fuck it. So it was funny. I was like, "Oh, you got me Galaxy pants? Is it because my dick's out of this world?" And she like agreed.
Wow.
It was funny, but that's just our relationship.
That's definitely a dad joke without being a dad in the moment, because that'd be weird.
What did I say?
Kids
It's
around.
because I said my ass is out of this world, and Trista pointed to my wee wee.
Oh.
That's what it was. Trista's here, by the way. You can hear her in the background. You guys haven't heard her in a while. Maybe she'll grace us with her fart. Just to let you guys know, she ripped one in the kitchen the other day. It was the longest fart I've ever heard ever come out of any human's body, and I laughed. Really hard.
Farts are funny,
Farts
man.
are hilarious.
I was mentioning that in a video the other day, recommending the podcast. Like, sometimes we actually open up the podcast about farts. Just saying.
Farts are great. Especially Trista's, too. Like, they're just... She has, like, a whole fucking symphony in her ass. I swear to God. Like, it can be high, low, mids. Like, it doesn't matter. She hits it all angles. And sometimes she'll switch it up. Sometimes it'll be, like, really low and bassy and then end with, like, a... You know? It's kind of cool. Sometimes it sounds like animals. It's table saws, even. If you...
Table saws is so random.
You don't like us talking about your farts? She said, please stop.
She's like, please get on a new subject, for the love of God.
It just reminds me of the story, and I know I've told it before. I was playing Xbox with my buddy Matthew one day, and it just kind of got to this point, like, where we were so involved in our game that we just fell quiet, like, talking, and you just hear us, like the clicking of the thumbsticks. I think we were playing NBA, and Trista was laying on the bed in the background, and she farted. And, of course, like, I laughed, you know? And then what really made me laugh was because my friend Matthew heard her, and he just went, oh, my God. And that... it just... That was the funniest thing ever. And Trista heard him say, oh, my God. So she started laughing. Oh, it was a fun time. But, yeah, off the subject of farts, a lot of good stuff for Christmas. I got a lot of underwear, and I'm just gonna put this out there for anybody. When you are on your own and you have to, like, buy your own clothes, underwear are fucking expensive. It does not matter where you go. Underwear are expensive. Even if you go get like a 6-pack of, like, boxer briefs from Walmart, they're expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
They really are. That's why it makes it, like, when you get them from Christmas, you're just like, oh my God, free underwear. I'm in. Which was pretty much how I felt, because I did actually end up getting a lot of clothes, which was nice. Like, Ashley's, let me see, what is she? Ashley's dad's, new, are they married yet? New guy? Well, they're about to be married, so new wife. Got me literally, like, I was shocked because I didn't even it's just one of those things. You go to someone's house and you don't even really expect a gift, but you kind of know that they did. You just don't think it's gonna be like, oh wow, like, such a big thing. But her name's Tammy. She went out of her way to get me Aeropostale pajama pants, and one of them was polo as well. And I'm like, she literally could have just, like, they're more like joggers, actually. They are. I have been wearing them as pajamas, but they're way more of, like, kind of just like a light gray jogger / pajama, whatever. But they're so freaking comfortable because they just fit so well, but like leaving me enough room to be comfortable. Like, guys, we all know what that's like. You know, where you're like, they're not too tight, but they're not tight in the waist, but they're like nice and snug on the legs. That's how I can describe it. But, and just a few pajama pants. And, like Christmas was crazy because first of all, I worked Christmas Eve night. I usually work 1 to 10, but Christmas Eve is like, it was just like last year where we worked 10 to 7. So that wasn't that bad. I just had to get up earlier than normal and do all that, but I was like, oh, it's just one day. So got off earlier than normal and just like had the night to myself because, wait, did I actually work that night? I think so. Yeah, she did. But the next day was like the big, like when she got off work, she was gonna sleep, and then we got up in the afternoon and went, and our whole day was like her family and one stop of my family, actually two, because I dropped Ryan off a gift, but he wasn't home, so I was like, I'm just gonna leave it at your door and inside your screen door. I was like, I didn't want to leave it in front of the door. I was like, that's gonna get stolen. Then I forgot he had a screen door. I was like, okay, open that, put it in there, and then, there we go. And it was just like, it was a day, let me tell you that, because let me count everybody that I had to go see. So first stop, which this is 30 miles away from where we live. So hit the interstate, went straight to my mom's house and exchanged a couple things there. I got a gift card from her. What was next? Ashley's grandparents' house, and all these except for the last stop all live in the same town. So grandparents' house, and each stop was like, we can't stay long with that whole thing.
Right.
And like, it's understandable, and I'm not here to like, oh, I'm gonna, bash family or something. I'm not here to do that. But it definitely was kind of like just a little bit of stress because it was like every stop we were at, Ashley was getting texts from all the other ones like,
where are you at?
Hey, where are y'all at? Because they know we're night owls. Like, we would have got up earlier and stuff if it wasn't for Ashley working, but she gets off at like 7 in the morning. Like, what's she gonna do? Like, there was no way she was gonna be able to be like okay with like, oh, let's just go all do all that right away when she gets off work. Like, no, like,
yeah, no.
Some sleep, and so it was just kind of like that whole thing, people wondering where we're at and stuff, because everyone else, like, I'm trying to be careful what I'm saying here. But I got a text or two, like, right when we woke up, like, are y'all still coming? Or whatever. I'm like, yeah, we're getting up right now to go. Like, it was just, it's always that thing where it's like, people, whenever you tell people what the plan is, it's not like, you already agreed to it. There's already been a pre-conversation of what we're doing. And then, like, it's still like that shock factor when people are real, like, oh, y'all just now getting up to do that. Nobody had that kind of conversation with us because they know, like, Ashley works nights, I work afternoons, basically. So, I've adjusted my sleep schedule to be as closer to hers as I can. And I've just always been a night owl person anyway. So it's just like kind of my dream life. It's just like, I like driving at night versus the bright freaking sun. We all know what that's like. And it's just like, it was just that. Oh, it was, let me see, one stop, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, four or 5 stops. I don't know. Yeah, guys, I can count. But, yeah, it's just like, but the highlight of it all was like kind of rushing from my mom's to her grandparents, which they kind of were being, her grandparents are so nice and everything, and they're the old couple that has questions. They want to know everything. Like, hey, what's going on? How's work been? You know, like they will literally hound you with questions. And it's cool. You just have to, like, me and her have to, like, take a deep breath before we go in there. We always joke about that, like, get ready to talk. You know, you just, like, you're not. So, and we wore our masks because Ashley has seen so many people just straight up die from COVID because she's a nurse and stuff lately. So we just really wanted to treat Christmas like no hugs, wear masks, but still see people.
Right.
We didn't want to just completely be like, no Christmases. So I think we did good at that. But they were pressuring us into like, have y'all ate yet? Have y'all ate? Ashley just kept telling them like, we gotta go, like, or whatever. And I'm just, her family, it's her family. She's the leader of that. I'm more of like, I'm the leader whenever it's my family. That's how we treat it. But, just Christmas to Christmas houses. But the highlight of it all, like I said, was going. It's kind of on the way back here is where her mom and her mom's mom live. So we met her sister Paige and Paige's boyfriend and her grandma, which is her mom's mom.
Is this the guy with the Trump flag
house
that carries the gun on him in the house because he thinks he's cool? Or did we move on from him?
Well, I think that was different people, unrelated.
Oh, okay.
But it is funny how, like, I have referenced her grandma's neighbor being like a rednecky shirtless guy before, but he has nothing to do with that. That's my, like, half sister's whatever he is, boyfriend or whatever. Just like, I don't even know. Have I told that story on the podcast?
Yes.
I don't know, but but anyway, we met there, and that was where, like, dinner was. And I would tell you guys, like, her mom and sister really know me, like, on a level that I don't deserve. Like, it's like the first year of Christmas with Ashley was like, apparently Ashley had said, or I mean, her mom had asked me, like, what is he into? Because she gets Rick, her sister's boyfriend, Marvel stuff. It's always like, cause she looks at Hobby Lobby, like, all the time. And we all know how, like, all the cool art and all the different themed stuff, you can get, like, the coolest Marvel or Star Wars posters. And she, from the very first year of Christmas around her mom, she's always got me Star Wars stuff. That's just, like, the thing that she's attached to. And so I always kind of look forward to, like, I wonder what she's going to get me this year. She doesn't have to. I've never told her, like, yeah, you have to get me that. She just literally takes upon herself to stick to a theme. And I've never really seen anybody. I mean, I've seen people do it like that, but not like this. Because she always says every year, like, it's not going to be a big Christmas, guys. And then she brings in, like, 1,000 presents.
My mom.
And
my mom's the same way.
Like, her sister literally pulls out, and I've showed Dustin this, but it's the Mandalorian, literally just, like, kind of a silhouette image of Mando, like, kind of like, is he? No, he's just looking at Baby Yoda's, Grogu's little pod that floats or whatever. Like, it's just a cool image because she knows that I'm trying to build, like, the studio guest room into just, like, my space with, like, my stuff and everything. And, like, I literally reacted to that when she, like, handed that to me, like, hey, there's this. I'm like, what? Like, I just, like, I told her that I've seen this before. I just didn't expect to get it. And her mom hooked me up with a cool, like, Vader poster thing. Like, they go all out because, and the thing that I respect her family for is, like, they have taste where it's, like, a lot of Star Wars stuff can really look kind of generic, but anything they've ever gotten me has, like, been actually got style to it that is just Like, it blows me away because I'm just like that humble guy that's like, I don't deserve that. Like, why are you, but they do. And so that's great. I got, clothes and that was pretty much it. Ashley got a bunch of stuff. But it was a day. But it was a day that was like the longest time we spent was like at that last stop at her grandma's, and then her mom came over and just like was like, hey, she opened the door slightly and she's like, can I get some help with all these presents? And Ashley goes, oh no. Like, is there really that many? So me and Rick went outside and just like unloaded her car, and it was a lot of presents. She had like a big present bag that had a bunch of little presents in it.
Yeah.
On top of more and more and more and more. But yeah, I really like, just to kind of put a pin in my story, is like, I really felt the holiday spirit this year, and that sounds cheesy, but I really did. I think it's maybe because of how 2020's been, that maybe I kind of just embraced the excitement of like, you know what, Christmas this year, like, I actually went more out of my way to like get other people stuff too. Like, I gave, just like Dustin was saying, and I feel like with every Christmas year, I've just kind of set my mind to like, because last year I didn't get that many things for people and stuff, and this year was just that year I'm like, you know what, I love gift giving, gift buying, and that whole surprise factor and everything. And just like Ashley says, she does a really big too, because she says it's just straight up fun. And it is. It is fun surprising people with stuff, because you're excited about that. Like, they open it like a kid, even no matter how old they are.
So what did you and Ashley do?
They're excited about it.
Like, do you guys... Because I know some people kind of do it very untraditionally. Like, I know people that are like, oh, like, we don't really do, like, traditional gift giving, like, if there's something my wife wants, like, we just kind of get it then, and, like, oh, if it's around Christmas time, here you go, early Christmas present. Like, do you and Ashley, do you go out of your way and get her stuff without her knowing? Or do you guys kind of shop for each other together?
It's kind of like, she kind of has an idea. Like, she just straight up told me at dinner the other day, yeah, I was trying to find you Miles Morales on disc, because like, but they all these places like Walmart and stuff still don't have it. They only have PS5. And I kind of already had an idea that she was gonna try to get me that, just because we've talked about it. So there's things that are like hints, but like when it comes to like Christmas, it's kind of weird, because we really don't, like, if I'm just being brutally honest, like, we don't buy a whole lot of things for each other. Maybe like one or two things, and then like everything else is about everybody else.
Right.
Like, because we are kind of aware that like we can just literally get stuff for each other all year long. We do that all the time. So it's kind of like weird how like we really don't have like solid gifts for Christmas each year. And I mean, we should. We did it way more when we first got together, because you get impressed. Right. So it just, it's kind of like a thing that's sort of faded into like, we spend our money on other people besides each other, but then all year long we're just like every now and then or whatever. And I think we're more about birthdays for each other than we are Christmas. And maybe it might have something to do too with her birthday's in October, just like Dustin's. So it's like, it's right there. It just happened. And so maybe that has something to do with it. So I don't know. It's kind of weird, but we don't have any like anything towards each other negative wise about like, oh, you didn't get me. Like, we're kind of just at peace with like, we spend our money on other people, and that's good.
Right, and I guess it's kind of like that with...
we live together, so it's like, I can get you anything anytime.
It's kind of like that with Tristan and I, too. Like, we're very kind of... We hint at each other, like, what we may want or what we may need. Like, there was a couple gifts that she did know of, and one she got early only because Amazon fucked up. So, she really wanted one of these, like one of those heated massaging like foot bath things, you like stick your feet in, it bubbles up and massages your feet. She really wanted one, so I got her one, and I bought it on Amazon because the ones that were on Amazon were much better than the ones that were like in Walmart. Like quality wise, they just looked better, So I ordered it and I put on Amazon. I was like, this is a gift. put it like in a separate box, you know. They didn't. They just literally slapped the shipping label on the box that you would like pick up off the store shelf and just sent it that way. And I was like, well, fuck. Like I'm pretty sure I had to work. I was like, I can't do anything about it. Like I can't hide it anywhere where we put the other gifts because like if she gets in there, she's gonna see it. Like either way, there's nothing I can do about it other than like, here you go, you know. So there was that, and then the one gift, she really needed new pants for work and just to like wear. And she was like, well, at first she was like, why don't you get me like an American Eagle gift card? Because like she needed new pants. So like that was like the something she needs. That's what we were going to do. That's what we decided on, was that she needed new pants.
Yeah, gift cards are amazing because it's just that freedom of choice.
This is why I'm glad she was with me. And I didn't go the gift card route because we went to American Eagle. We were actually out shopping for other people. This is all on Christmas Eve, by the way. We went to the mall that I used to work at when I worked at Nike. We actually went to Nike because I was shopping for my mom and my grandparents and Eric and Cheyenne. So I was like, why don't we go into American Eagle and you just pick out what you want? And it's a good thing that we did that because she didn't know, like she thought she was a certain size until she tried that size on and they were way too big. And she had to go down like a whole size or 2 sizes or something. So I'm really glad I didn't go like the route where I went in and picked it out or got her a gift card, because if I would have got her the gift card, she most likely would have ordered online and ordered the wrong size. So it was like kind of the better option. Like she was there and tried it on, and I just let her pick out what she wanted, and that was that. And then I bought her a couple discs that she really wanted that were a special stamp that had like a sunflower, and it was her favorite player's design, Paige Pierce. And the discs sold out. They dropped twice. I missed out twice. They sold out instantly both times. And I'm very good at coming across deals on Facebook. And I swear to God, okay, if I was to post on a Facebook group right now, like I was looking for a certain disc, I would end up paying either retail or more than retail for this disc. But the second that you mention that you have a girl, like a wife, a girlfriend, fiance, whatever, that plays disc golf, people give you the best deals ever. So I posted and I was like, hey, look, you know, my fiance really wants this disc in pink with this specific stamp. You know, what do you got? So people were private messaging me and they're like, oh, you know, $35, $40. And I was willing to pay that because it was something she really wanted. Now, for myself, would I pay that much for a disc? Absolutely not. But this was something that she wanted. And this is the only time Trista has ever wanted a very specific disc. So, of course, I was willing to pay that $35, $40, whatever. And the discs retailed for like $25. And with shipping, they would have come out to around $30. So really just a little bit over retail is what you would have paid. But this guy messaged me and he was like, hey, man, I have a ton of these things. I have 2 pink ones. And he sent me both, and I'm like trying to decide. I was like, man, I don't know which one she's gonna like. I want to show her, but at the same time, I kind of want it to be a surprise, you know, because like I don't want to pick the wrong one. So like, this guy was like, look, I'll be honest with you, I'm not trying to make a whole lot of money off of these, if not at all. He's like, I don't even care if I break even. He's like, how about this? He's like, I wish my wife would get to go out and play disc golf with me. She likes to look at discs and collect discs. She just will not play. He's like, since your wife plays and she's about it, I'll sell you both discs for the price of one. So I got roughly close to $70 worth of discs for the price of one disc. So that was really nice, but I had to share the pictures. I was like, look, I didn't know which one to get you. I got you both. They're on their way. They're just not going to be here in time for Christmas. And they arrived today, so it's pretty cool. It was pretty cool. But I guess I can kind of run through our Christmas and kind of what we did. So Trista did not work Christmas Eve, and for those of you who don't know, Trista works overnights. She works 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. So that's obviously really hard to do when you have kids. You know, like I think for anybody that's just a rough shift to work, it's a weird adjustment you have to make because you completely have to change your life plans around because expect to sleep. You know, when Trista comes home, she goes to bed right away. Trista's up anywhere around between like 2:30 to 3:30. So like, like that's almost your whole day. And with the way it gets dark now, like it just doesn't leave you a whole lot of room to do stuff, especially when you have to, do stuff around the house or run errands. And the next thing you know, you're showering and getting ready to go to work again at night. So she did not work Christmas Eve, but she did work. Christmas Eve was a Thursday. So she did work Wednesday. Got off at 7 a.m. Thursday. I think she slept for maybe like an hour or two, if that. My brother came and got the kids, and we went out in the morning, like right away. We went out, went shopping. We come back home, and then I had to go out and finish my shopping for her. So while I was out, she wrapped all my gifts. So then I came back. She still didn't sleep. Okay, so mind you, she's running on 2 hours of sleep. This is going on at like 4:30. So I don't even know. We had a bunch of stuff to do. We kind of started preparing everything. The kids came home. So like dinner had to be made, and then she started baking, and she baked for probably close to 2 hours. Ton of cookies. This other stuff. I can't remember, reindeer chow. That's for the people who eat reindeer foods for the reindeers, just so you guys don't get it fucking twisted. And so, like, there was that. And then it was, like, to deal with the kids and then get them in bed. And then we had to wait and make sure they were sleeping. And then pull out all their stuff and wrap their stuff. And then build things, because Trista made the decision this year. She's like, all the big gifts, like, if they have to be put together, I want them built instead of being in the box. I feel like it's more of a surprise to them when they see it all put together, And she told the story about when she was little growing up, her parents had got her a vanity for Christmas, and they built it. And that was the first thing she saw. And seeing it built, it was kind of like, it's something she never forgot. So that's kind of the route we went this year. So there was that. And then we didn't go to bed until probably close to 3 a.m. Back up at 8:30 with the kids. Open presents. We knew we were going to my mom's that day, and then we knew we were going to my grandma's that day. Now, Trista had to work Christmas Day. Like, she had to go in at 10 p.m. Christmas Day. So, lack of sleep there. We cooked for the side dishes we're taking to my grandma's house. So we do all the stuff here with Christmas. We're cooking, getting everything ready. Kids are opening gifts. We're doing all that. So then we went to my mom's house. And then we had to open all our gifts there. And my mom is an essential shopper when it comes to Christmas. And what I mean by essential shopper is she buys the things you need. So like a lot of the gifts she gets are for Trista and I together, because my brother's engaged. Trista and I are getting married in May. So she buys like stuff that we would use, like household items, right? Like laundry detergent, dish soap, body wash, shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste, mouthwash, like the whole, things that you would normally buy, that like toilet paper, paper towels, stuff like that.
And I mean, like I said earlier, it's a situation where it's like, this is free. Like, that's amazing. And as an adult, you appreciate it so much more. As a kid, you'd be like, mouthwash, like, right, or something right, like that. But as an adult, me getting pajamas and you getting, underwear and all that, it's like, it's just an extra piece of clothing on me that I highly appreciate.
And my mom's a Sam's Club member as well. So like, not only did we get that stuff, we got like bulk of it, and that stuff's going to last us. Damn, I'm pretty sure we had something that my mom got us last year for Christmas that literally almost lasted us an entire year. Like, she buys us Tide Pods. That's what we use. So I think with the Tide Pods she bought us last year, I'm pretty sure from last year on Christmas and all the way up until now, I think we only had to buy Tide Pods twice. Because she buys everything in bulk. And it helps out. It's it helps out tremendously.
Yeah.
But she does get us some stuff separately. My brother Devin, he actually got Tristan and I a $50 gift card to go to Outback Steakhouse.
Nice.
Yeah,
we just ate there the other day. It's so good.
The closest one to us is like in Ohio, which is it's like a half hour away, which isn't too bad. I mean, like I said, it definitely makes a good date night away from the kids. We can go up there and shop or whatever, or just go
Get
enjoy
that bloomin' onion.
yes. But we got stuff like that. But she did get us some stuff separately. Every year for Easter and Christmas, my mom gets us 2 pairs of American Eagle boxers. which I absolutely love. They're so great. But if you ever think that I'm going out on my own as a fucking adult and spending $15 to $16 on one pair of underwear, you're out of your fucking mind. Quick side note, there's a brand called PSD underwear. I have one pair. They're SpongeBob. Most comfortable. They are the most comfortable underwear I've ever owned in my life. It doesn't even feel like you're wearing them. That's how comfortable they are. I swear by these things.
I know some of those like themed ones for some reason are just made.
Well,
really
here's
well.
I'll explain why I got SpongeBob. I didn't pick, but I've always wanted a pair of PSD underwear. But I shit you not, one pair of PSD underwear are, depending on the print and the design or the collaboration, are anywhere between $20 to $25 to $35 for one pair. Now, is it worth it? 100%. I am willing to put money on it that if you are willing to spend $25 to $30 on a pair of boxers, they are beyond worth it. I think like a 3-pack's like $45, which actually isn't a bad deal, just normal plain Jane. Like the 3-pack's worth it. But I've been subscribed to their mailing list for a while, and I've had stuff in my cart. I've just never been able to commit to buying a pair. Bless you. And Trista sneezed. So
I was like, wait, what was that?
she sneezed. So they emailed me one day, and they're like, hey, free pair of underwear on us. It's complete mystery. Bless you.
Jeez.
All you do is select your size, and it's going to be a mystery pair. And you pay for shipping. So I paid like $5. And it did turn out to be a SpongeBob pair. But they are the most comfortable underwear in the entire world, but they are so expensive. But she got us that stuff. She got Trista some slippers, some makeup brushes. My other brother got me Tenet on Blu-ray, which I got 51 minutes into the movie.
Nice.
Started to fall asleep. I was super tired and I was watching it. Confused as fuck at the same time. So I'm actually going to like dedicate a time. I'm off Friday because of New Year's, so I might actually like Trista works. So I think Thursday night I'm actually going to dedicate some time to watching that movie and kind of taking it in.
Yeah.
You know, thank God for my job too. Paid holiday, man. I'm Monday through Thursday 9 to 5. That's why I'm so tired. I got to be up early, but whatever. That's neither here or there. But so yeah, my mom got us all that stuff, and I'll tell you what, the kids always make out in this situation. They get all kinds of shit. My brother bought my daughter an Easy Bake Oven. My other brother bought Aiden like a disc golf disc because he plays some Minecraft figurines. They bought him like Hot Wheels. My mom bought him new riding gear because he has a 4-wheeler over my parents' house. New tires for his 4-wheeler. I'm talking about my son. My son has that over there. So my mom bought him that stuff that he needs for his 4-wheeler and riding gear so he can ride. And then their big gift together, my mom bought this whole gymnastics like balance beam bar thing that you can like flip over and a big mat that goes underneath of it because they love to do gymnastics. So that was their big gift. But then we had the drive to my grandma's, which normally takes about 20 to 25 minutes. But I live in Pennsylvania, and this is the first time we've had a white Christmas in years. So it snowed a lot. And on top of that, like last year for Christmas, it was warm. Like we were we were outside playing football at my grandma's house last year. It's how warm it was. This year, freezing cold, roads covered, super slippery, super icy, rain, snow mix. And so we had the drive in that. So we go to my mom's like 3, leave there, go straight to my grandparents. We don't leave there until like 6, get back home at 6:30. Mind you, Trista still hasn't slept. Get back home at 6:30, and then she literally slept from like maybe 7 to 8:30 and then got up and had to go to work. So like that was our Christmas, and I'm telling you what, it took me a few days to recover and finally like get the house back in order because it was just hectic. Because like a couple days after Christmas, a day after, I can't remember, Eric and Cheyenne ended up coming over, and we had put together a little gift basket for them, and they had gotten the kids some stuff as well. So it was busy. It was a busy time, and like the kids got so much, and like I'd had Rylan bringing me like, open this Barbie, and I'm opening that, and the next thing I know, she's bringing something over, open this, and Ian's like, open this, and I'm opening that, and he's like, I want this open, and it was just like, oh my fucking God, I can't keep up with it. But
Probably a crazy experience with like, because like last night I had Thomas and Danielle over, and Thomas has, I think he's like 10. His name is Riley.
and he just plays a Switch.
Yeah, he just played Switch last night. He didn't have it though, so I was like, oh god, it was him playing with the cats and stuff. But also watching the movie. Like he's a very like, I love that. I love that that kid loves movies because we watched Soul, but then like they didn't really want to leave so soon. Like they kind of changed their plans or something. It was like, you want to watch another movie, and then we all hadn't seen Inside Out in so long, and I hadn't seen it since the first time I saw it. I was like, wow, that movie is, it's like one of Pixar's
It's
best.
so good.
Um, what was I gonna say about that? In relation to like I'm not really around kids a lot, and like it's kind of like an experience whenever you are, but I'm sure like for you guys it's like you're just, what makes Christmas for y'all is that excitement of like these, these two are still kids and we're just gonna make
Yeah.
like the best experience for them, because it's like the experience that you would want to have had, I guess. And it's like that's the one thing that like if I ever have a kid, and just if it's probably gonna be a while, but it's just one of those situations where like that would be the most exciting part to me, is just like enjoying life with like this little mind that grows over time. And it's just like you're kind of in control in a way of what they experience.
Yeah.
Because adults are like, they're the ones with the money, and I'm just gonna like put my kid in front of like all of my favorite movies and like just have
And
fun
and
in that way.
and
And
it's very awesome, and I can honestly tell
yeah.
you that it's super cool. And that's what I was saying. Like this year, like what I got was nice, yes, but like my excitement came from seeing Trista and the kids happy. That for me was like the best gift. As cliche as that sounds, that's all I wanted. Like my goal was to give Trista and the kids the best Christmas ever, because I'll be honest and upfront. Like last year, and I mentioned this to Trav too. Like last year, working at Nike, like yeah, it's the company's great, but I wasn't making enough money, and with my financial responsibilities that I had, it was hard to really be able to go all out. Like this year, I spent a ton of money on Christmas. It was so worth it. It was worth every fucking penny, because I was able to do something I wasn't able to do last year. So that's where my excitement
Yeah.
was. And something I wanted to mention in the last podcast, and I just completely forgot, was a reason why I've always loved Star Wars. It's something I grew up with. But the reason why I love it so much now is because of my son. My son loves Star Wars. And I'm not just talking about like the stuff on Disney Plus, like The Mandalorian, or the new series, like when Disney took over. He will sit down and watch any Star Wars movie ever. Old, new, like it does not matter. He loves Star Wars. So to be able to have that bond with somebody, that's going to be a part of my life from here on
And
out.
just nerd out about it.
Yeah, and it's
Just like
awesome.
talk about it, and just you just have that connection. And I think that like what I said in the to just kind of start out last episode was like Star Wars means stuff, like something to all three of us in some way. Anthony might be like the book. He's like, you open up Anthony and you it's like it's just like, there's all the knowledge. But I was telling Ashley just the other day, just like that's the point I want to get to, because I love that franchise so much. That's kind of like where I want to be. And I do have, I have like the Marvel Darth Vader run comics. I've never really been like a comic reader, but I've always appreciated art in any way, like concept art and yada yada. And those, I think I've got like book 3 or 4 and stopped, but I want to finish that run because it's a story of like it's canon for one. It's Marvel, and I usually only want to read or watch stuff that's canon anyway. I don't really know why. I'm not into like the Legends idea, just because if it didn't really happen in the universe, I'm not really that interested. But But the Darth Vader one is like, Darth Vader is literally the main character. And you get to just kind of see inside Anakin's head and just like, and all that in that way, and new characters that you never met before and all this stuff. And so it's just like, there's so much to that universe. I mean, that can be said about any universe, but Star Wars is that's a fat one right there.
It is.
And that's why I love it, because there's so much. There's, Western vibe, there's samurai movie vibes there, which is pretty much what it was all based on with George Lucas doing it and everything. And there's so much there, and that's why I think it's so like, it's so easy for kids to get into it, because a bunch of wizards swinging swords, you look at its core, it's really good for kids, and then like for adults, it's like, if you really want to get into the like all the different arcs and stuff, it's like, then you can dive in. And it's just nerdy all around.
I love my son to death, but he did disappoint me the other day, all because of Fortnite. So I was doing something. He come in the room, and Halo was like pulled up on my computer screen. He saw Master Chief, and he's like, "Oh, hey, that guy's a skin in Fortnite." And I was like, "I'm gonna educate you, boy. This man has nothing to do with Fortnite in any way. So I'm really sad that you're associating a fucking legend in the gaming world with Fortnite."
That's kind of how kids have to get introduced to things now.
It makes me so sad. I was just like, no, it's corrupting him.
Real quick, before we get into recommendations, you were mentioning underwear earlier, and a thought came to my mind that wanted to hit you up on. So, we might have even talked about it before or joked around about it, but Ashley was doing laundry the other day on the bed, and she was folding stuff, and she always messes with me about like my older underwear.
Do they have holes in them or skids?
Yes, holes,
and skids,
but not like on a level where like I might as well not be wearing underwear. It's not gonna be like, oh, I'm touching my jeans, by wearing it. Like it's literally just a few little holes, or maybe a slightly big one or whatever. But she looks at that, and it's a woman versus guy thing. I really do believe, but I'm also open. I'm open to hear anybody's opinion on this. Her first thought is like, you really should throw these away. And I'm like, why? Those are some of my most stretched out and most comfortable pair. And because it's true. Like, if the longer you've worn them, the more stretched out they get. And now I know when to stop. I know when to throw them away, because recently I had a pair that was literally so stretched out where they basically start falling down my legs. All right, like so those are throwaways. As long as they hold on my waist, then it's like I'm good. But she looks at stuff like that, even like if one hole got in her underwear, it's like it's over, and it just. We joked about it. We laughed about it. She's like, it's such a guy thing. But, like, what's your opinion on that? Like, how, like, do you have boxers that just have a bunch of holes and you're just like, like, it's cold and stuff right now, but that doesn't really make much of a difference. You're wearing layers, and I don't see it as, like, an inconvenience unless they're just literally ripping, like, and coming apart. But some holes... I'm just like, I don't care. It's just one of those things, like, I don't see it. I'm wearing them. Nobody else sees it. And it doesn't make me care at all. So what do you think?
I can tell you that out of all my underwear, I have quite a few pairs. I have one pair that has a tiny, tiny hole in it. That's it. I don't have holey underwear. Now, the reason for that is because I never just have a tiny hole. Like, okay, I like the boxer briefs. I like the tighter stuff. That's what I gravitate towards now. But I used to wear like the looser stuff, and sometimes I still do. Sometimes it's just a little more comfortable. The problem is with the loose ones. The loose ones I have are older, but they're not holey. But if I do bend the wrong way, I'm blowing the whole ass out of them. Dead. I'm serious, dude. Like I'm talking from like cracked a shaft, fucking ripped in half. the worst the worst the worst. God damn it, Travis. The worst experience I had. This is gonna make you laugh really hard. You're already laughing hard, but you're in for this story. I was working at Nike, and I was wearing a pair of loose boxers, and I fucking bent down one day when I was working in the back room, and I mean, I felt it. I felt it go from like my thigh up. It just like it sounded like somebody ripped fucking paper. You know what I mean? Just all the way up, and I just felt this breeze on my cheeks, and I'm like, fuck. Because I was wearing like athletic. I did. It was cold back there. Like I felt the breeze come through. So my friend Vinny, shout out to Vinny. He actually owns the Bearded Bros DC shirt hoodie. Actually, he loves it. He was still working there. This is long before we did the podcast. This is long before I had that job in South Carolina. Like this was that long ago. And he come back and I was like, bro, I think I ripped my underwear. And he's like, nah. And I was like, dude, like I'm tired. Like I blew the ass out of my underwear. He's like, there's no way. So I like walk into the bin away from the cameras. I drop my pants. I like bend over, dude. My whole butt. You couldn't even see the boxers. My whole butt was out. So Vinny got like the full moon and he just fucking busted out laughing. So at this time, Nike sold boxers, which are very, very comfortable, by the way. I have like 3 or 4 pairs in every color because I got them super cheap. So I remember going up and I'm buying these boxers and my store manager's there. And she looks at me. She's like, what's wrong? I was like, I blew the ass out of mine in the back. And she's like, what? And I was like, my whole butt. I was like, look, I'm literally wearing just the waistband right now. Like there's no fabric left below. Like it's like a loincloth. So,
going Georgia the jungle,
right.
honestly.
So like I get home. I wasn't even with Trista at this point in time. I get home and I fucking take off my boxers and I look down. I just fucking laughed. Dude, it was literally the waistband and the seam at the bottom of my legs that go around your thighs. That's all that was left. One bend, one wrong move, and I fucking just blew the ass out. And it was so uncomfortable because I felt the flaps, dude. The flaps were flapping around and getting stuck in my butt crack, and it was just not a good time.
I think, like, inner thigh, like, all that, like, it's not, like, I don't think I own any that's just straight up, like, oh, there's a big hole that just, like, shows my crack if my pants are off. No, it's just, like, I don't know. Where the sack is, let me just say that, all right? Where that's, like, that's just, and I don't see that, I just don't, like, I don't see it as, like, they have to be completely intact, you know, but I kind of just am that guy, like, wear out stuff until it's just gone. And, you know, but what's funny is I have, like, a different perspective on shirts. Like, I will not wear a shirt if, like, on my back or something, I just had, like, a pretty decent size, maybe, like, a penny size or something, sure, but, like, a quarter or whatever, like, or above, that's, like, I can't deal with, like, but I can wear, like, a sleeveless shirt or whatever and be okay. It's just, like, something about, you know, your torso or your back showing. It's just, like, it's weird. But underwear is, like, that's unseen. And I have socks with a couple little holes, and I don't see it as like
I can't, to be honest with you, I don't think I could do the underwears with holes. I can't do socks with holes. I can't. I gotta be like, I have to have like fresh
especially
socks.
right now, it's cold. But what's your recommendation, sir? I gotta think of mine while you...
My recommendation is...
sew your underwear.
So, no, I'm kidding. Sew your underwear. You guys are watching this in 2021. Just know that whatever happens, you are in control of your life. Do not let this... I'm going to just be upfront. This year is not going to start off any better than what 2020 has ended. So, you know, just keep making the most of it, man. And just... Again, it's the perfect time. If COVID continues, it is the perfect time to pick up a new hobby. But just don't get worn down and beat up over it. Just keep pushing forward and, you know, make 2021 your bitch. Find something new that you really enjoy and get good at it.
Amen to that. And to be kind of jumping off of the 2020 conversation, my recommendation would definitely, and this is just something that kind of came to mind earlier, and I kind of want to do a draft talks about it because I'm kind of starting that, and I want to see. I don't know, like I have to be in the mood to sit and talk about something like that, but shout out to, and this is just kind of like it's a shout out, but it's also like a recommendation to everyone listening that isn't in this field of work, but go and like, if you, most of, and you know, some of you might have nurse friends and stuff, but just give them that thanks and give them those prayers and handshakes, or, well, hand sanitize first, then handshake. But just shout out to the nurses because of what they've literally been through this year. Like, Ashley's been through so much mentally, and it like, I know it's because I have a wife that's in that field that I'm able to, like, have a better perspective on things, but literally, like, a lot of her patients have just straight up died from COVID. Like, just, like, there's only so much you can do, and, like, she kept them alive as long as she could, and, you know, it takes a toll on people, and there's a lot of crying and a lot of just having to accept things that just aren't fair. And like, I could go off right now about the whole like vaccine and all that, and like just like how people are viewing things. Just it's like, oh, I'm not gonna get that. Like,
I just want to say about the vaccine. You motherfuckers that be thinking, oh, the government's implanting a tracker in you. You're literally holding a tracking device in your fucking pocket every day. Shut up.
Yeah, and to the people that, you know, I don't even know if I want to go down that road. Like,
that's a whole new episode there.
The mark of the beast? No, dude, we're supposed to be raptured before that even happens, so chill the F out. Like, it's not, you know, she literally got a vaccine, and there's nothing on her skin, all right? So, anyway, people have, like, and even, like, certain good people and stuff just still have these, like, ridiculous views on things, and, like, I look at it as people that are looking at this whole thing as like, I'm not going to do this. Like, it's super selfish, man. Like, because all I'm thinking about with that vaccine is like, oh, I won't be of danger to other people, you know? And just to make it quicker, shout out to the nurses. Thank your fellow nurse, no matter, you know, just spread that love, because you have no idea like how much like they're superheroes right now. Like they've been through so much, and
heroes. I can totally agree. They are the unsung heroes.
It's a thing, and just thank them, just appreciate them, and just, even if you don't talk to any of them, just have that appreciation, at least in your mind, going, you know, just like have those, just give them those good vibe thoughts. And because it's a lot, man. This year's been a lot. That's, in one sentence, that's what 2020 has been. And opening into 2021 with the podcast and everything, we thank you guys, and it's already been a great journey. I feel like there's been so much. It's like, you know, nearing 50 episodes soon is just like, wow. And you guys have given us a lot, so we hope to be able to give back to you with more episodes, and maybe like a live stream one or an on-screen one for 50. Gonna work on that.
We can do that.
And yeah, Dustin, you have anything else to say before we head out?
Yeah. So, Daddy Trump bucks, second round, should be hitting your account pretty soon. If you have nothing to do with it, I am gladly accepting Twitch subs. I'm just kidding. I'm not, though.
And I'll always take a like, comment, or subscribe on my channel.
Do that here too. Don't give people your money. Don't be stupid.
Yeah. What's with this 59, guys? What's with this 59? Someone unsubscribed. Like,
You
what do we
fucking
do?
turd.
Like, literally, like, somebody unsubscribed. And just like, and I'm used to that because I'm used to my numbers on my main channel dropping and going up, like, all the time, every single day. But it's like, with that, I was, like, thinking, this is, like, they did that just to, like, subtract 1 from 60. Like, we were looking good with 60, and then it was, like, 50. And it's been 59 for, like, the last month. I'm like...
Listen, if you're listening to this and you're the one who unsubbed, I hope you get diarrhea in traffic.
It's like, and if you're listening to this, why did you unsubscribe? Because apparently you still like the content. Anyway, guys, follow us on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcast, all that stuff's in the description. And I hope you guys had an awesome Christmas and have a great Happy New Year. We'll be seeing you and talking to you further into 2021. We love you, and we'll be talking to you next time.